everybody? I'm your host, Brian Watkins, and welcome to another edition of the Brian Watkins channel. My subject today is part two to all the black females that is still leaving me hate messages because they got themselves kicked off Section 8. The reason why I'm making this video is for all of the brothers, such as Day of Atonement, Tony Broom, and many other brothers that's laying it down, and the sisters that's making a video about the exact same thing, calling them out on where they played themselves. Let's get started. Now, I know the real reason why these black promiscuous baby having lazy females are leaving me a lot of hate mail. For one, this is the end of them. See, after the eradication of Section 8 food stamps and welfare for lazy, slutty, young black females in America, there's nothing else to come. Now, I always hear these same females comment, or I guess boast, if I would have to say, from a baffled comical perspective. There's more white women on Section 8. There's more white women on food stamps. There's more white women on welfare. Okay, that might be even true, but I really don't care because this is not about white women that have gotten cut off from Section 8 food stamps and welfare. See, I'll use them as an example to make my point very clear about the differentiation of the lazy black slutty females in America that are on these three services that they are about to be cut off of very soon, and the white women that are on these exact same services. Okay, a white woman that is on Section 8, usually she's qualified for it, primarily. Okay, if she comes in there, it's usually for a legitimate reason, such as maybe it could be a divorce. Maybe her husband died and they didn't have any life insurance. Certain things happen. And even if she gets on it, she's going to get a job and get off of it. Right? Right. But black, lazy, slutty females that have a whole bunch of babies by other men that they don't even know who the daddy is because they just simply insist on not keeping their legs closed. She's going to get on Section 8 and look at it as a career opportunity. Now, where's the intelligence in that? There isn't any. But let's go back to the white woman that a lot of these black, lazy, slutty females comment on, that she's on it, not only on it, but more of them are on it as well. Okay, but let's look at the amount of intelligent and good judgment that is constantly practiced between the two. And it looks to me like the white woman is winning, hands down. Because if she gets on Section 8, she's going to eventually get off of it because she doesn't have a problem with working or going to school. She knows that she can apply for some form of money for daycare so that she can work. If a father is not present, it could be divorced, he could be deceased. And she's going to get off of it. Any type of program that Section 8 offers her in the way of obtaining some form of a certification or a vocation certificate, she's going to go to school and she's going to obtain that, and she's going to get off of Section 8 and go on to a successful life. Whereas the same slutty, lazy black females that leave me these messages, she's overdone. This is an opportunity of a career. All I got to do is sleep with Ray Ray, Boo Boo, and Booskadoo, and Rin Rin, and Stank Stank, and have all these kids so that she can increase her income. Okay, even though she was explained about the pros and the cons of the Section 8 program in the beginning before she signed the paper to agree that she might get cut off first. But again, they want to blame me and many other brothers and new sisters that's reporting on this exact same subject that they shot themselves in the foot. They played themselves. Okay? Now, they also say that there are more white women on food stamps. Again, a white woman on food stamps, okay, the money is going to be, the food stamps are going to be used wisely for the primary reason to feed her and her children. Okay? Okay. Lazy, skank, young, slutty black females, she's going to take that food and sell it for some weed, hair weave, beer, crack, any type of drugs, ecstasy. Okay, that's what she's going to use it for. Am I right? Yes, I know I'm right. But again, they just insist on wanting to send me these weird love letters that I have identified as being hate messages, hating that I'm telling the truth. See, the more white women that are on food stamps, they're not going to take and use the food stamps for things that the lazy, young, slutty black females are going to use. They might even trade it and get them a leather skirt. Hey, you know, a black female will do that. That's getting welfare. And these are why Section 8 has already sent her a letter informing her that, as the late Prince said in 1999, that life is just a party and parties weren't meant to last. And she's the first one. And the only one that is getting removed off of this service because black females tend to live in a real unrealistic world. Whether you tell them right or wrong, or if you tell them the right and the wrong about it, for some reason they just believe that that's not going to happen to them. So now that it's happened, she knows that she really can't come to us for anything because we understand that she's a booger-nosed skank hoe. Yep. She's going to take and dig the boogers out of her nose, put them in a little Ziploc bag, and smear on us while we sleep because she's not to be trusted. She is not a lover of her own people. She don't love nobody. Period. And ain't trying to. So that's almost like letting a wild animal in your house and turning your back, and you know that animal is going to strike you when you least expect a strike. See? And again, now, they said that there are more white women on Section 8 food stamps. Now we're going to tackle the topic of, they say that more white women are on welfare than lazy, young, slutty black females in America. They always have a whole bunch of babies by a whole bunch of men that they don't even know who the daddy is. And if you don't believe me, listen to the song by Poison Clan called All She's Good Is For a Fuck. And you will hear him bearing witness of the exact same thing that I'm talking about. But let's take on this subject here. Now, again, white women that are on welfare. Again, that money is going to be used for the primary reason why it was released to her in the first place, to care for herself in the way of getting and maintaining food, clothing, shelter for her and her children, while she's either going to school or working or both. And she's going to get off of it. Why? Because she understands that it is just a tool of elevation to help get herself together and to get back out into the workforce or start her own business and move on to allow it to what? To be available for somebody else that may come behind her if they fall down on hard times. Right? Right. Now, let's look at the slutty, young, skank, black, stingy, baby having single mother black females in America. She don't give a damn about nobody. She was read the rules, but according to her, that don't apply to her. Even though it is so easy that if she refused to not get off of this, she's just simply cut off electronically. Okay? Okay. See? So this is to the black females that make these comments that there are more white women and Mexican and other nationalities other than black that is on Section 8 and food stamps and welfare. Okay, those people are on there because they're primarily qualified for it and they are doing exactly what is required of them to remain on it. Whereas you all simply are not, even though you were told that you could get cut off first because you really didn't qualify for it. You just have a whole bunch of kids. Okay. And they gave you a time to get yourself together. And again, it's like anything else out here in society, whether it's school or your job or in your personal lifestyle. It's called evaluation. In school, you got it in the form of citizenship or a progress report showing if you were doing bad, getting worse, or getting better. And then they make a conclusion on whether you're going to get passed to the next grade or you're going to have to be failed or flunked to be in the same grade to master the studies to be qualified to go to the next grade with confidence. And it's the same thing with Section 8 qualifications, uh, food stamp qualifications, welfare qualifications. Now, so you all are learning that Section 8, you can't be, letting simps stay in your house and you got your legs open, getting trains ran on you and letting everybody stick their lower part in your mouth and every hole that you have. To that to be viewed as remaining a qualified recipient to stay on Section 8. That's why you got the letter in the mail that you will be taken off. Okay. Same thing with food stamps. Selling your food stamps for crack, weed, hair weave, fake nails, fake eyelashes, butt injections, breast implant, or high designer clothes. Okay, that's not part of the agreement that you assigned that you understood. This is why the food stamp assistant program is so exclusively have cut you off. And it's really sad for the kids, but not for you. Welfare, same thing. Being lazy, getting high, smoking crack, smoking weed, getting trains ran on you, selling yourself for this and for that. Okay, that's not a part of what you signed when they explained everything to you to allow you to be on welfare to help you and your children get your lives together in some form of an academic complication to get some type of certification to go out into the workforce in the form of a career or entry level job or to even start your own business to get off of these three things. So I'm saying this to say that black females that is leaving me these messages about that you all shot yourself in the foot, ow, 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 and got kicked off Section 8 for being a slut and being lazy. Okay, calling yourself being a what's that word? That bitch. Yeah, I'm running things. You ain't running anything. Okay. Um, you brought it on yourself. Okay. See, now I'm not gonna mention any names because I'm not trying to. You're not gonna get no 15 minutes of fame from here. You know. So I appreciate the comments that are left by people that are in favor of what I'm saying. I've gotten some comments. You know that what this one said that I'm mad. I'm like, no, I'm happy because see, you all always boast, that y'all strong, black, and independent. Okay, so I want to see how strong you are when you all are off Section 8. I want to see how strong you are when you all are off food stamps. I want to see how strong you are when you're off welfare. I want to see how independent you are when you get cut off Section 8. I want to see how independent you are when you get cut off food stamps. I want to see how independent you are when you get cut off welfare. Okay. Because I don't expect to see you all homeless or living on the street or trying to wait for us and jack us, which you all have resorted to doing in the form of prostitution, robbery, or pretending like that you realize that you've been a real skank ball and that you know your place and that you're going to do right by us. And we know that's simply not true. Okay, that's like uh, that's like a dog coming up to a cat and saying, "Hey, look, I know I've been chasing you and all my brethren and descendants, offsprings, been chasing you and your kind. But you know what? I realized we were wrong and let's be friends." That cat will be a fool to believe that. And I'm saying that to say this. We're not going to help you all. Okay. This is how we're helping you, by telling you the truth so that other people will be aware of you, regardless of what nationality they are. Everybody needs to know how skank you really are in the inside. You got them pretty well deceived on the outside, but we are exposing the inside. And you probably have thanked me one time. So, fellas, I want to hear your comments. I want to read your comments. Please send them and continue to subscribe and support the Brian Watkins channel. Don't you go